So, right now, I have automatic processes that are a result of genetic encoding, kind of like computer software. And the computer software was designed with the intention of grabbing electromagnetism from the range of, purple to red, violet, what we see, that range of frequencies of the EM spectrum, audio representations of signals that are coming from things between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. You see what I'm saying? We have a general sense of this experience. So, between the person that was created within a paradigm that is just a small piece of a bigger picture, from the perspective of, that individual, certain things are going to not be programmed already. We have an automatic software to stay alive, but it's not the only thing that exists. Beyond ultraviolet, beyond 25,000 hertz, beyond, 73 years of light speed travel in any given direction, there are many, 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 many more things that exist. And if human beings are emergent from the universe that created this experience that we're having, evolution would lead us to understand the parts of ourselves that aren't connected to the default mode for survival. But until we make enough progress, we aren't going to be shown these things.
Space is expanding, and there's obviously space between things, which is what we mean by space. Then there are dots on the balloon, aka reference points.
The universe is spinning and vibrating at its foundational physical level. Now, there is also an unbreakable infinite field going in all directions of consciousness. The universe is a series of matrices that aren't anywhere, yet all of the actualizations that contain mass via, Higgs boson propagation or whatever you'll believe, also have space. What is space? Because what we are given is the illusion that things are in a place and they're far apart from each other. But space really is a parameter that X amount of, gravity is going to subtract this amount of space from the object in relation to whatever is being pulled towards it. A baseball floating nowhere has, the space of probably a small swimming pool. So if anything crosses that, and there's no term for this because science doesn't look at it this way. Some scientists did.
Euclidean shit was even invented.
You go back to Plato and then forward, you have some of these physicists who are saying space is a real grid with inherent properties, and some who say no, space is a property, it's emergent from mass. So the universe, and we have bodies, so it's hard to fathom non-locality, which is why I have to choose to use the word stack. It's like a stack of different colored papers. The first paper is X. The second paper is, light. It could be the fundamentals that exist in a physical way, and then what the human brain does is whatever it has access to, it grabs and puts together in a puzzle that creates what you call reality.
Is that there's enough indirect,
Or maybe you realize that your first person experience is,
aka non-energy,
reality to you,
in
but
mathematics,
outside of that experience is where
cultural,
the physical
that
manifestation of reality is.
in the form of
It's not separate from you,
what is basically
but
a transformation.
it's not your perception of it.
So, smaller hand,
Like a rainbow, the stack of papers is a stack, therefore it's connected, but the colors are separate.
different.
So kind of like a rainbow, whatever you can put together from the available thing is still being pulled by the mechanism, in this case evolution, and they exist within the self too, the mechanisms, but it's impossible to convince yourself that you are the physical world. I mean, if you are, then that means he either is or isn't, which means you either are him or you have a God complex. So what I'm trying to say,
Kinetic energy flowing through your brain via your auditory system, aka
in the most
sound,
blunt and clear way that I can,
and at a rate. So it's like
is that
activate
being present and mindful of your life is the best way to
wave dynamics.
observe